So I turned 17 last month, and through my time being 16 years old, I learned so many things that I just wanted to share out there. You know, first off, we're just gonna go through what happened when I was 16. I remember I celebrated my 16th birthday with my ex girlfriend. She was at my crib. Um, it was it was August, like straight after, cause my birthday's 1st of July, right? So around August, like end of August, I broke up with her. That's when I started getting feelings like, oh, I'm not where I want to be. I gotta lock in. And I think last year is when that's when I started getting into self improvement and trying to lock in on my own. I'll probably put this somewhere. And I was I was so I knew what self improvement was at the time. I remember I bought a book, but I was just still fucking around. I had no sense of routine. I wasn't conscious enough. It was like I knew what self improvement was, but I didn't want it bad enough where I had to dive into those fields and try to understand it more. My sleep was fucked. I was playing video games up all night. I was doom scrolling. I was eating whatever bullshit, and I was hitting the gym thinking I would grow. That's why I was skinny and just hella lean for 2 years. I've been going to the gym for 2 years, I think already, maybe one and a half. I'm not too sure. And I was still skinny, but now I've gained some weight. I'm nearly 70 kilos. I think last year maybe I was 55 kilos last year. So July, my birthday. August, I started losing feelings for this girl, and I was like, oh, I gotta end it. So I ended it with her, and then my grandma, she was actually getting sick at the time, and you know, but I felt like she had something going on with her, and she had to go to the doctors. She was coughing up stuff. She had some stuff in her lungs, and it was it was kind of hard. But at the same time, I was like, oh, she's a strong woman, so I think she's gonna push through this. And September, October, I was out. I was partying. I had partying, talking to girls. Oh wait, no, I wasn't talking to girls. That was around December. That would be bad. Broken up with a girl and then you start talking to girls already. No, that's bad. September, October, I was out partying a lot, and something happened, big argument back at my crib, and I had to move in with my grandparents in here. And then while I wasn't living in here, my grandma got really, really sick, and she was she had cancer. We found out that she had cancer, and she was in critical condition. And at the time, the things that I was trying to lock in with was I really wanted to learn day trading. I remember I had a journal about day trading. So every single night I would watch TJR's boot camp. If it wasn't his boot camp, I was watching different type of things that you should look out for in the stock market. And I was just jotting down all that shit. I was practicing paper trading at school, and bro, it's not cringe, but now that I look back at it, it was it's kind of cringe. But I would definitely, when I turn 18, I will definitely get back into that. Anyways, back to the story. And at the time, yeah, I was focused on day trading. And I remember one parent, I'm not gonna say who because just in case they see this video, they didn't see the vision. They didn't really see me becoming successful with day trading because of the risk. And obviously there's risk. You're trading against the market. There will be risk, but it's how you manage the risk. And they didn't see that, so I had to stop that. And I'm not too sure what I was focused on after that. I think I was focused on AI automation, where it was for businesses, whatever. November came. My mom, dude, it was very hard seeing my mom. Like, bro, it was her mom, her, like, my grandma, her mom. It was just like, dude, she's like slowly, like, you know. And I remember that, like it was yesterday. I was hanging out with my friends, and you know, wasn't super locked in, hanging out with my friends, and I remember that whole week, it was like the worst week of my life. Probably not of my life, but it was so bad because I remember I had to look after my two brothers during the holidays because my mom decided to go fly to the Philippines to see my grandma, her mom. And I remember she had just left, I think the day before or 2 days before, and she messages me while she's in Singapore, not even at Philippines yet. She messages me and she was like, grandma is gone. And then I saw that message and I was like, ever since then, like something like there's like a switch that just like went off inside me, and I started looking at things way differently. And that's when I think that's when I transitioned from becoming a boy to a man. Okay, probably not then, but that's like actually when I started to, you know, transition into taking shit seriously, like not taking shit for granted. And I'll fast forward in the future around this year before I turn 17. Stay till the end. So I remember that day I was at the shops with a bunch of my boys, and I was actually devastated, bro. I wasn't even like, I was sad. Of course I was sad, but it was like the fact that my mom couldn't even like say like bye, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she didn't even make it in time. Like, she passed away before she got there. And it was just like, you know, my grandma was like, maybe I think 2-3 months, maybe more than 3 months, she was like struggling in the hospital, and like, you know. And I remember, I think it was a week before or a couple days before, she was okay. Like, she was getting better. I was on FaceTime with her, and I told her when she comes back, because I have a job. I told her when she comes back, I'm gonna spend the day out with her. We're gonna have some nice food, ice cream. I told her I was gonna spoil her. And then it was just so crushing, because I remember I had school this one Thursday, and I woke up to my mom, and she like collapsed on my bed, and she was like hugging me, and she was crying. She was like, grandma's in critical condition. I was like, I dead ass, I was laying down and I was looking at the ceiling. I was like, I have to make it. You know what I'm saying? And especially in the Philippines, like, you gotta pay money just for like the doctors to even look at you. It's not like here in Australia where it's like, you know, we got Medicare and shit. That shit was like genuinely hard. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to like get no sympathy, no empathy, no nothing. Like, everybody's got a sob story, but I just want to share my experience. Maybe it'll change you guys' perspective on life as well. So after that, it was like, yo, I gotta like lock the fuck in. But if you really watch this video, you'll understand why I did not lock in until later in my 16th year. So that was around November, right? And then after that, December, I moved in here. Like I said, I moved in here because of a huge argument at home. Shit was like not good for my mental, like, at all. So I moved in here. But when I moved in here, it was like, man, I was going parties like every weekend. I was going to the beach because it was summer. I was going to the beach like every weekend. Summer, there was like a function. Like, I was never at home. And when I was at home, I had this big ass bunk bed, and this place didn't even feel like home, bro. It was just like a place I was staying at. I had a boogie board there. My gaming setup was over there. And then I would literally come home from school, play games. The next day, go freaking, I don't know. It was just like, bro, like the living conditions wasn't that good. You know what I'm saying? And I was getting arrogant. I was becoming like a bad kid. And then I got asked to come back home. You already know what happened. I'm going to parties, doing this, doing that. A lot of shit I did in my 16th year. And you know what happens at parties? And You know, a lot of stuff happened. Like, I've experienced, like, I'm just gonna look at you and you can just, like, you know, try to put two and two together and you'll understand what I'm saying. So I got a lot of things out of my system. I wasn't addicted to anything. I wasn't addicted to drinking and partying out, being mediocre. No, because I knew I had more for me in life. Like, I genuinely, truly know that. Like, I believe in that. And also, I wouldn't want my mom to be like, damn, I failed raising a kid. And I genuinely didn't want to do that. And I'm glad I didn't. But I'm glad that the things that I did in the past is what made me who I am today. But anyways, you know, I got asked to come back to my old crib. So I moved out from my grandparents' house, back to that crib. Yada yada, party, school, routine, whatever, gym. And I was actually starting to get better with my routines and stuff. But, this is like another arc. When I got back there, I remember I was still going to parties. I was still going to the beach, still messing around. But I was more locked in, but super locked in. Like, I thought I would get muscle just by, you know, having a shit ton of food for dinner every single night. But but now that I realize and I've educated myself in like the nutrition and shit, like, it's lunch, breakfast, lunch, dinner that I'm eating a lot. Like, I'm getting high protein, I'm getting the fast, the carbs, no empty calories. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm hitting my calorie intake nowadays. But back then I thought that was it. All I had to do was eat a lot at night and then I could go play games and freaking talk to girls. And like, bro, that was just like, that was not it. That was literally not it. I remember after school, I would go to the gym, bro, but it was good. Like, I genuinely enjoyed that, but I was like, I needed a wake up call. And then I was in a cycle. It was like God telling me that I was in a cycle, because what I would do is I would feel lonely and, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't talking to no girls when I was like super locked in around December, January, February, or whatever it is. I was like super locked in, talking to no girls. And then I would add a chick off like Snapchat, bro. And I would just start snapping them and then start talking to them. And then it would just get like spicy and like it would distract me. And it was like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? This is not what I want. That's not what I want. So I would have her feeling hurt because she thought, you know, but I was just bored. Like, I'm so sorry, but I was just like, you know, I was just trying to pass the time, bro. And that was not good. I'll be so honest with you. That shit was not good. Why the fuck do I look like Goku in this hole, bro? Anyways, bro, that was not good. And then it was a cycle. I would go lock in for another week. No girls. I was reading. I was still playing video games. Dumbass, bro. I was going to the gym. I was working on whatever I was working on. I cannot remember what I was working on. You know what I'm saying? And I think that version of me was like the one that chased validation, blah, blah, blah. Immature, loser. Even though I was going to parties, bro, I'm in a popular friend group. That was like a loser version of me. Like, compared to who I am today, like, that's like a no differ. That's like a L ratio type shit, bro. Anyways, what's after February? Let me just search that shit up. February, March. Around March, shit got bad, bro. Like, shit got bad at home. So I was like, I can't do this. Like, it's not good for my mental. I was trying to wake up like 5 a.m. in the morning to get work done on the business that I was trying to work on. And, bro, I would fucking be up getting lectured like over the smallest thing. You know what I'm saying? I would be up until fucking like 12 at night. And I was like, I cannot do this shit. I'm moving back to my grandparents' house. I don't care. Like, you can, like, I was so serious, bro. Like, I was like, you know, I don't care if you pay for my school. I don't, like, bro, I was like, I did not want to deal with that shit. I knew there was like more destined for me. So, still paying for my school, by the way. But now everything's good. My relationships are good with my family. But I'm saying, like, back then, around March, April, I had to move in here bro, it was hectic. You know what I'm saying? Like, just family shit. If you know, you know. Hectic as fuck. Long story short, I had to move in here. I just had a few clothes, a few school uniform, and in this room there used to be a bunk bed when I previously moved in here, but during the time I was living back there, I had to disassemble it with another family member, my uncle. So now all that was left in this room was a mattress, like literally one small single mattress, and my feet, because I'm pretty tall, like my feet would just be hanging off the mattress and I would touch the cold tiles. And I swear to God, this is the coldest room in the whole house. You know what I'm saying? And it was just bare. I didn't have my whiteboards, didn't have this, didn't have my desk, didn't have my chair. It was, bro, and I was like depressed because I couldn't go to the gym. My gym was back over there at my crib, 30 minutes away. And I had to rejoin my, my other gym that I used to go to. I remember I used to go to two different types of gyms. It was Gym 1 and Gym 2. I'm not gonna say which gym. But I used to go to Gym 2, which is too far away, and I had to cancel that shit. And then I had to move back to a closer gym. And I couldn't do that until like after a month or 2 months. It was just like, bro, change was so hard. Like, the change was so hard, bro. Like, it was easy at the first time, but the change was so like hard. And I remember I had to get a job. My mom was like, shout out my mom. My mom was like, you need to get another job because, you know, your first job, they can't give you that much shifts, so you need more shifts, so you need to get another job. So here I am. I was like, God, please, when I give in this resume, please let me find somebody that is like-minded like me, ambitious, hardworking, you know, locked in. And that's when I met my boy Tyson. Between March and June, early June, late March, that's when I met my boy Tyson. And then that's when we decided, like, we was like, yo, we gotta partner up. Like, you know, we will see each other like succeed in a couple of years. And that's how it is right now. It's August 16 and he's locked in with his business. I'm trying to lock in with my business, my clothing brand. You know what I'm saying? So April came. I had a bed frame. I bought this desk. It was around $200. I bought this chair, $150. And then shit got better. I had my clothes come in. My mom dropped me all my clothes, all my stuff from home. I bought a fucking fat ass rug because this tile floor is, dude, it's crazy during winter. So I had that. Then I started buying some supplements. I started being super locked in with the gym. I was like, you know, every week I'm buying some bullshit with my money. So I decided to lock in. I got paid $150 to $130 every single week from my job number 1. And then every fortnight I would get paid maybe $400 to like $300 from my other job, or maybe $500 if I worked like a lot. And then that's a fortnight. And then after that, right, I got a MacBook Pro for my birthday. Not for my birthday, I bought this shit. Got that shit. And I was like, cause I had a piece of shit laptop. I don't know if you can see it, it's not in the frame. But I had a piece of shit laptop, bro. That laptop had like a computing power of like 2, bro. Like, it was ass. Got the iPhone 17 Pro Max. I bought a monitor, keyboard and mouse, you know what I'm saying? For when I'm working. I have books in my closet. I start smelling good now. I got my colognes. I got, you know, I still got like decent clothes. You know what I'm saying? I haven't bought any clothes, been focused on my diet and saving up for my first drop. So, you know what I'm saying? Bro, it was like, it genuinely does get better. And during March, actually, around March, I went buzzed. And one thing that I tell you right now, like one thing that I've learned about looks is people will treat you so differently. People will treat you like shit if you don't look good. I'm telling you right now. As someone that has looked decent. I'm not gonna hype myself and say I look like fucking like, bro, like fucking crazy good. Maybe that lighting is not that good right now. But as someone that has looked pretty decent, like, bro, like it isn't, bro, why the fuck do I look like an Edgar, cuz? No Kimaka. Anyways, like as someone that has looked decent and has looked like pretty ugly, like there is, bro, a significant difference on how you get treated, bro. Like as someone that works with customer service, you get treated like shit. I'm not, probably not treated like shit, but you just don't get the pretty privilege of people smiling at you or people, you know what I'm saying? I need to get the fucking rid of this like little lineup shit bullshit right here. Oh my God, bro. Anyways, like you do not get the privilege of like, you know, people smiling at you, saying hi. Shit, man, I looked so bad when I had a buzz cut. I will never do that shit again. I've only went buzz like 3 times in my whole life, and twice in the span of 18 months. I will not do that shit ever again. Never, ever, ever again, bro. That was like the worst. That is the worst. Worst, you feel me? Dude, my hair, like it was that long. That's how long my hair was when I had my second buzz. When I had my first buzz, my hair was like at least this long. So it wasn't that bad. But oh my gosh. Oh my God. I will not do that shit ever again. And one thing that I have been doing ever since I locked in, ever since that really bad, that really dark time of around April, is I started not cutting people off, like I don't give a fuck about you, nah. I wasn't doing that. I was like, if they didn't provide any value for me, I wouldn't spend too much energy on that person, because I needed a lot of working on myself, on my body, on my mindset, on who I am as a person, as a character. I had to become the best version of myself, and not just on looks. I had to, you know, become a better person internally. You know, I had to get rid of those bad habits. So I'm still broke. I'm working 2 jobs. I'm still broke. I am trying to become someone, okay? I don't really care. Like, I just approach with this mindset. I don't really care what people say about me, because in the long run, in maybe a couple years, I don't even see myself in this state of Australia. I see myself somewhere else. Like, this is why I don't put too much effort on girls. Another thing I want y'all men and women to realize, and I think this goes vice versa, but for us dudes, like for me, when I see like a hot chick, right? Like, I'll be like, yo, she's lame, like she's bad. But deep down, like I just gotta think, bro. I'm like, what does she really have to offer? Except for looks. Like, does she have dreams? Does she have goals? Is she on the way to success? Or is she just loitering around the shopping mall, getting nothing done, no goals? You know, she not trying to chase no degree. No, she's not doing anything with her life. She's just there. She's just there. What does she really have to offer? Does she meet my criteria? I'm not trying to put myself as better than anybody, but I'm trying to be as humble as I can right now. I'm not, like, my criteria wouldn't be as normal as someone's. And I don't look like Marlon. I don't look like fucking like a model. You know what I'm saying? But there's like a certain criteria that you need to match, like an emotional quotient criteria. Like, are you emotionally literate, or are you a crybaby that just fucking throws tantrums when you don't get what you want? You know what I'm saying? Like, you just gotta match your criteria. And you gotta watch anime, not jokes. But it's just like, that's the type of mindset that I've been given it. You know what I'm saying? Whenever I'm working, whenever I see someone, what do they really have to offer as a person? What do they have? I'm not talking about financial. Oh, she gonna buy me this shit? No, what do they really have to offer as a person? Can you cook? Do you have any skills? Like, I'm not trying to become like misogynistic or anything, but I'm saying what I have to offer, I know how to cook. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm emotionally literate. I don't think I've crashed out in a while. What do I have to offer? I'm trying to think of something as while I'm like being as humble as I can. But that's besides the point. I'm saying like I got some things to offer. You know what I'm saying? Holy voice crack. But what I want you guys to understand is if you're a man or a woman that has goals and wants to become someone, you gotta find somebody that has something to bring to the table as well. You don't want to be, and I don't want you to be blindsided because of the looks, or I don't want you to be choosing someone just because of the lust. Oh, he got 6-pack. Oh, he's bicep veins, or she's, you know, she's thick, or fuck, man, I just cringe. But I don't want you guys to be like blinded by lust. I want you guys to actually like look deeper. You know what I'm saying? Would she be a good partner? One thing that I ask myself is, am I where I want to be in life right now? And the answer is no. The answer is completely no. I don't mind having fun, but I'm not gonna go out of my way and put effort in chasing a woman. As of right now, that's who I am. You don't have to do that. But this is solely for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't do that. But that's me. You're different. Everybody's different. You know what I'm saying? It's all different. I have a lot of things that I've learned, but this video is getting long. It's like 27 minutes, 30 minutes. So I'm just gonna end it there. I'm gonna make more videos of me talking. You know what I'm saying? After this, I'll probably make another video. I'm not even joking. 3 videos in one night, whatever. But that is how I spent my 16 years, like my 16th year. Like a lot of bad shit has happened. I've been in a relationship. I've been at parties. You already know what happens at parties. I've had experience with but everything is out of my system. Everything is out of my system. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing that I'm like, oh, I wonder what it would be like to do that. Nah, everything is out of my system. And who I am today, regardless of the shit that I did in the past, bro, who I am today really matters, and who I want to be in the future. And that's what, that's probably not a good thing for anybody to say, because if you're like a murderer and you say that bullshit, bro, like, nah, I don't think you can say that. But I think I can say that because I didn't do anything that bad in the past. You know what I'm saying? I've just done like all the regular shit. But that makes me sound bad. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, I think now I'm a bit more mature. I'm 17, bro. I can't be doing none of that shit. Fucking Yamin Yamal was fucking playing soccer when he was 17. Like, that's crazy. So I need to lock the fuck in, twin. I need to lock the fuck. I feel like the only thing stopping me from where I want to be right now is time. Cause for example, in the gym, like, I'm eating good, I'm sleeping good, I'm not texting nobody at night. My sleep is good, my stress is pretty good. Like, I'm not worried about anything. You feel what I'm saying? Did I say my eating is good? Eat, sleep. Oh, and my programming and my training is good. I'm training hard with progressive overload. So, by the way, I just hit 60K kg bench, repping bench. Wait, no. I rep 60 kilos on bench now, by the way, milestone. Because I remember when I first started the gym, 48 kilos, I couldn't even bench the bar. Can you believe that? Anyways, I'm gonna end the video there. Stay tuned for the next one, bro. I'll be honest.